Hello, this is Liz Temple, Manager of Training Services. And today, the video for our Working Smarter with SmartOffice series is called Comprehensive Ad, To Be or Not to Be. Sounds rather cryptic, doesn't it? I happen to love this particular ad option for putting in contact records. There's so much data you can put in there. If you don't see this option when you're entering contacts, could be a couple of reasons. Sometimes it might be hidden. You might be on the wrong screen. You always have to remember that when you go from one screen to another in SmartOffice, you may pick up icons or you may lose icons. So keep that in mind. And in order to get to the comprehensive ad option, you either have to have another contact record open or just do a search so you have a list of names sitting on your screen. And then you should see the second smaller ad icon. If you don't see that, check your blue menu. Oftentimes it's not along these sort of quick icons that you have your icon toolbar. If it's not in the blue menu, then you go to the administrator, because this is a user right that is not always turned on, and they can usually give that to you rather quickly. Okay. To be or not to be? That is the question. And here's why. They have, I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if it was designed for a reason. And I have a feeling that might be the case. So I'm really not sure what causes this problem, but we're going to go through this. Let's say I have a new prospect and his name is Dilson Sweet Pickle Jr. Now, here's a tip right off the bat. It's, I'm going to put in his name, first name, even though it says last name. And I'm going to put in a middle initial of XYZ, which means I don't know what his middle initial or middle name is, but I need that in order to put in his legal name of at least Sweet Pickle and the Junior. Now, when I hit my tab button, it splits it, and it splits it beautifully. The reason I put in that XYZ, if you have the suffix junior, senior, the third, whatever it might be, in order to get it to split the name correctly, you have to have something in the middle name or the middle initial field. I put in XYZ so that I know right off the bat that's not right. I just don't know what it is, but I wanted to take advantage of that shortcut. Now, I'm not going to put in a lot of information in here, and for the most part, I don't really think I need to in order to show you what I'm going to show you today, but I am going to put in the male because that has a big impact on what we're going to be talking about today. And let's put that he has 3 children. I've already filled in his spouse information. Her name is Mary, and I'm giving her the relationship of spouse. Keep that in mind. And then I put in that she's a female. Let's say that she also has these 3 children. And then I put, oh no, I've only put in 1. Well, let's change that. I decided not to do so much typing today. Back to 1 there. So they have 1 little boy. His name is Johnny Sweet Pickle. He goes by Johnny. He's a male, and he was born on January 1st, 2015, and that is their son. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click Save and Close. And it gives me this, who am I supposed to assign the new contact to? I'm just going to close that out. And what's going to happen is it's going to open up the primary record, which in this case is Dilson. And you'll see down below, they've linked his wife, Mary, and his son, Johnny. And if I go to his key relation screens, which is where that data resides, once it's entered, there it is. Now, notice with Johnny, they've created him as a dependent record, not a contact record. And there's a reason why we have that other category. I don't know if I've already done a video on that, but if not, there will be one coming, because there's really a good reason to have contacts and dependents inside of SmartOffice. But let me go over to Mary's record, his spouse. If I go to the key relation screen, she's not there. Well, it's not so much that she's not there. Her husband's not there. Her son's not there. What caused that issue? In the comprehensive ad, I use the relationship of spouse. Do not use spouse. Put in wife, put in husband, put in domestic partner, but do not use spouse. As you can see, there's absolutely no linking to the other members of her family, her husband and her son. So let's go back and let's pull up Dilson's record. And we'll go back into his key relation screen. And let's go into his son, Johnny. And let's go to Johnny's key relation. Now there, he's related to dad, but not to mom. Yeah, that's the problem. Now, I've been using SmartOffice for 16 years, and I just really discovered this problem less than a year ago when I was doing a full-blown training video for a client. And I thought, what the heck? And I just picked up on the fact that if you use spouse, it doesn't link the spouse to either one of them. Not just a few days, not today, as I'm recording this. Today, I discovered, oh my goodness, do not use the relationship spouse. So be aware of that. When it comes to using the comprehensive ad, there are so many good things about that. My caution would be, if you're not real familiar yet with key relations and how they work, or you're not that familiar with SmartOffice because you're a relatively new user of SmartOffice, use these links. You can put in information about the household that will create the household. You can put the company in there. And if there is no company record, SmartOffice will create it right from these quick add screens. You can put in their professional relations, their attorney, their CPA. You have room to put into here, because if you have more, or if you have more children, you can go to the main record and put them on the key relation screen. But when it comes to the additional contact and it comes to the household members that you're allowed on this screen, I wouldn't do it. Not unless you're very familiar, because you have to remember to go into the record. You have to remember to go to the key relation screen. You have to remember to bring in the people that you were not linked to from this screen. And I think that is just not a good option. I will find out what the theory was behind designing it this way. Is it a glitch, or did they in fact have some sort of logic when they did it? And if need be, I'll do an update. But for right now, this is my recommendation on using the comprehensive data input screen. To be or not to be, I'm sort of going in between. I'm going to be kind of. That would be my approach on it.